Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, I'm going to be reviewing yet another animated film for the entire family. And oh boy, do I have a treat for you today, folks. So yeah, folks, this one is called Under Wraps. Because, get it? It's a mummy movie, Under Wraps. Alright, that's a bad pun in itself. But, as usual, I still have to talk about the plot of this film, so let's get into it, shall we? Oh yeah, here we go. So this film pretty much focuses upon this main character. He's like this quirky kind of guy, and he's pretty much the focus of it because he was never that likable to begin with, actually. The film, of course, has something to do with the desert, of course. And the character's parents love to dig around and research around the desert. And, of course, there has to be a grand adventure because it's a kid-friendly movie. And kid-friendly movies need adventure. So, yeah, in the way that it sets up that does feel contrived, if you ask me, folks. But anyway, whatever. He accidentally curses his parents, thus turning them into mummies. And because of that, the film pretty much focused on that we had accidentally had done. So, yeah, that's about it. That's this film in a nutshell, really, folks. Yeah, here's the thing, folks. To put it bluntly, this film isn't very good at all. I did not like this movie. It's cliched, it's boring, and it's too soft, if you ask me. It's overly soft. It's something for the kids, I understand that. It's for the entire family, and I do understand it doesn't have to get too violent or anything. And I do realize that, again, it's for the family. It's for kids. I understand it, but it's too damn soft. Of course, I was not expecting super violent or anything, but come on. That doesn't mean you should sugarcoat every little thing. Make it as if there's no real threat in the world. I mean, come on. Some of Disney films, like Frozen, for example, implies death. The characters can actually die. They can actually get murdered. Despite the fact that Elsa and Anna are women, they still have more balls than the animated film Under Wraps. They have more balls in one testicle than the movie Under Wraps in its entire body. Yeah, Frozen has a PG rating for some theatrical moments, but that's probably fine. And of course, Frozen got some heat because of that for making it too scary or too violent or whatever. I just don't get it. Some of these parents just want to water down every little thing for the children just so they won't get scared. I don't understand that at all. What I'm saying is that this film has no teeth. There's lots of colors, lots of bright colors to amuse the little kids under the age of 10. This just comes off this was intentionally made for children under the age of 8 or whatever. And they didn't even bother to give it a much better story than some generic, boring, contrived plotline. Well, kids are not going to be paying attention anyway, so why should we put much effort? Again, I was not expecting something super graphic or anything. I'm just saying, folks, come on. Yes, I know some parents are going to be telling me that, oh, what was I expecting or whatnot. Well, I was expecting a much better film than this. So, I don't know what to say about this anymore, folks. It's just a bad movie as a whole. It's not nearly as bad as the other movies I've reviewed of the animated features, but it's still pretty damn bland. The characters are bland, the story is bland, the music is bland. Just about absolutely everything in this film is bland. I didn't even like the animation in this film. The animation is atrocious at best. I didn't even like the voice acting that was done in this film. Because the voice acting in this movie just feels so half-baked. Some of the time, well, I should say a lot of the time, it just came off that they weren't even trying, really. The little kiddies are not going to notice at all. It would be for kids and only for kids. Just strictly everything for kids. Because every single movie out there, and I do mean every single movie in the entire world must be for kids. Because if it's R-rated, somehow it's going to turn into hell in some sort of way. So you better make it for kids. So, I guess. Because really strict parents would not allow it at all. Because somehow it would inflict horrors of the war upon their children in some sort of way. And I bet it was behind some sort of parent meeting kind of thing. Oh boy, I need my cup of joe. Yeah. I bet a lot of parents out there just complain about it and just want something for kids. Damn it, Mr. Murky, how many times I'll tell you? Get out of here. Go and get. Move it. You better get out of here. Little primate bastard. Go and get. And also, I bought this from a dollar store as well. This little shit. Oh boy. Yeah. Can't blame me for trying, folks. Yeah. Even the dialogue, the voiceover, a lot of it is bad. Oh boy. No kids movie that's not even trying. Again. Yeah. Come on, stop making bad kids movies. I mean, really. They just wanted to make as inoffensive and most kid-friendly as humanly possible, folks, and just appeal to the lowest denominator, is what I'm saying. Yeah, there are some good kids films out there, folks, and that's what I'm saying. There's plenty of good kids films out there, and this isn't one of them, sadly. The mother characters, just about every single character in this film is one-dimensional. Even saying that is too much. There's nothing exciting about this film at all. I don't recommend it because it was a total bore fest, and I really didn't like it, folks. I really didn't like it. I wanted to give this film a chance because I didn't want to remain biased. However, I wish I didn't watch this film because it was a total waste of time. There was nothing really redeemable about this film. I mean, granted, I've seen animated films way worse than this, I'll give it that, but that doesn't save the film at all. I would say skip it altogether. There was nothing memorable about this film at all. It was just a bad movie as a whole. And I really didn't like it, folks. I really didn't like it because the dialogue isn't really good. I can say the dialogue was pretty cheesy. Yeah, the script for this film was really poor at best. It just comes off like there was not much effort, really. Again, like I mentioned before, hey, it's a kids movie, so kids were not paying attention that much. I'm guessing that's what the script writers were trying to think of. Kids won't pay attention that much, really. So let's just put anything on the screen and just leave it at that. Oh yeah. They can't show a kitty cat for about 2 hours, and little kids would be perfectly fine with that. Yeah, there's not much effort done in this film at all, folks. As mentioned earlier, folks, the music was piss poor at best. Well, at least Lil Wayne didn't make any soundtrack for this film, I'll give it that, so yeah. At the film's defense, at least it didn't do that, I guess. I didn't like the character designs at all, folks. They were really generic as hell. So yeah, bottom line, folks, I guess the biggest problem with this film is that it's so generic. So yeah, I guess that's the biggest problem with this film as a whole. So yeah, it could have done something new with a typical storyline, but it didn't want to take risks, and it just fell flat on its feet. There was nothing exciting, really, folks, and it was just boring. It was really boring. I would watch about 30 minutes in this movie, and I didn't feel connected to the characters at all. So the story setup is done poorly, the music's done poorly, just about everything in this film is done so poorly. I mean, yes, it's not the worst I've seen, but still, I say totally skip this, because I thought it was just a bad movie as a whole. Total waste of time. I really did not like the characters, folks. The characters are just stupid to some degree, because they could have easily resolved certain situations, but didn't. It felt really padded, I guess. The pacing needed some work. Oh boy. And the Raps gets an overall rating of a 4.9 out of 10. It gets a 4.9 out of 10 from me, folks. Man, this movie's terrible. Oh boy, I don't want to watch it. Don't mind me. I'm gonna see a therapist.